beyond that, there is self-esteem, self-confidence, and all those. So we should encourage our youth to volunteer, start looking for positions and volunteer to gain the set of leadership skills. As I said, who can we get advice from? There's always parents, the first. Sometimes youth are shy to ask their parents, they go to friends. Schools, very good place where we can go ask our professors. Most of our professors can give us, even now I go to my professors and ask them about a variety of topics and they get really good advice. So neighborhoods, sometimes we have really close neighborhoods. We can ask them for help, we can ask them about our action, we can ask them about our goals, and if they can contribute, that would be good and help us basically with the advice. Get an idea. Here, if you guys have an idea, here is what to do. Educate. Before we do anything, we have to educate ourselves about what we're going to be talking about, because we're going to be shifting attitudes, we're going to be talking to people all along your journey. So inspire people to listen to you, and always present facts and raise awareness. Shifting attitudes, of course, half of people that we're going to be speaking with or speaking to, they're going to be saying, oh, what are you talking about? I don't think this is going to make any difference. But it's always about convincing them to support your idea or plan action. Last thing, we cannot do anything by ourselves. We always need people to help us. Even this leadership workshop tends to add 10 people they work to get this done. So everybody contributes, everybody has an expertise. If I don't know how to make a flyer, I might as well just ask someone to help me out. We have to seek help, especially our youth. Then there is another important element, which is timeline. As I said, it is always important to put dates, times, exact when you want this particular task to be done, how, and I think results will be very positive. Last but not least, we always have to be clear about our goals and what we want to achieve. We have to educate, as I said, ourselves first about our particular topic. Then we have to call people, be persuasive. Strategic plan, use all the resources, all the different, measures to go ahead and realize your action. And then last thing, get involved to learn and to get experience. I recommend community first, and then you go beyond that. Thank you very much. We'll pass this along to Rita, who's going to be talking about motivation as well. Thank you.
All right, so we're almost there. I'm the last one, I promise. All right, so I'm just going to go over a couple bullet points. All right, so the first two are defining your goals and focusing on your goals. Defining your goals is pretty self-explanatory. Just know what it is you want to do and what it is you want to achieve at the end. Focusing on your goals is a bit more broad. If there is anything else that is lingering in your mind, if you think there's anything else you might want to explore, you might want to be a professional at, definitely explore it. This is not about getting things right or wrong. This is about finding what it is that you love and pursuing it. Taking a stand for what you believe in. Always stand by your choices. Don't let anybody tell you that your goals are not as important as anybody else's. If it's important to you, it should be important to everybody else that's around you. Always prioritize your education. Sometimes we're told that education isn't always necessary, but know that education is definitely the key to success. It's definitely what's going to make you successful. It's something that should always back you up. So always make sure that you're prioritizing that. And surround yourself with good company. When you surround yourself with people who have common goals, who have common beliefs or common principles. You have the right mentality, you have the right support, you find that often the right people are standing beside you to keep you on the right path, and always plan ahead. I, for one, know that procrastination usually leads to chaos and disorganization, and it's just not fun for anybody, so always plan ahead and always know what steps you're going to want to take. Now, that wraps up our presentation. As you can see, we have a very diverse panel of two very strong professional women who come from two different fields of work. And first, we have, skip that. All right, so first we have Dr. Nahed Al-Kholi. Now, Dr. Nahed Al-Kholi is originally from Egypt, so like most of us, she migrated here. She's a specialist in medical psychoanalysis and psychology. She practiced her profession for 30 years in Egypt, and then she also practiced here. Dr. Al-Kholi is a community activist, and she supervises on education of doctors for more than 4 years. She's obviously very professional and very strong. And you want to ask to Dr. Parker?
Miss Parker, Joni has been involved with the labor movement over the past 40 years. She worked with 4 other women to found the Women's Institute for Leadership Development. That's what we're going to be talking to Joni about too. 20 years ago. While is committed to providing skills, training, and leadership development for women in union and community organizations. Let's give them applause, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and ask our panels if you want to introduce yourself. I know you can introduce yourself better than us. It's anyone can start. Thank you very much.
Well, my name is Nahed Al-Kholi. I actually graduated from medical school from Cairo University, and then I came here and I did my psychiatric residency training in University of Maryland. And since then, I've been a staff psychiatrist for 30 years here, not in Egypt. And I worked in different settings. Most of them, I am the leader because in any psychiatric unit, the psychiatrists are the one to make the final decision, but it is collaboration. It is you have to listen to each other. We will have usually 2 social workers and 1 psychologist and the chief nurse. That's an inpatient unit, say 25 patients. And usually, in my profession, I am the leader, so I will have to do the collaboration, listen to everyone's opinion, interact and see their point of view. And finally, I can choose what is the treatment plan. And we will have these meetings every day morning to decide what is gonna change today with every patient. So of course it's usually an hour or an hour and a half meeting. I have been a leader in a very unique situation. I worked at a forensic hospital, which means it's I worked with in a maximum security unit that is for felons or murderers who have been sent from court by the judge to be evaluated psychiatrically and to be prepared to face their charges. And usually we have to decide whether or not they have mental illness, because sometimes they are malingering and want to get away from their murder. I was the president of the acute admission unit, which has men and women. And it was, the most maximum security. So this is the first we had in this hospital: maximum security, minimum security, and then medium security and minimum security. So I get them when they are really violent and out of control, and we have to do a lot of work with them. And again, I Learned a lot because I had to communicate with the judges and with the lawyers. And also I have to make big decisions because it was a serious position actually. I will just say one case that it was actually viewed on the television in Baltimore, Maryland. Two psychiatrists who are senior, more senior than me at the time. And one case, the woman said she is suicidal, she will kill herself if we send her to jail, and she murdered or killed her husband on a weekend, Valentine weekend. Took him to a hotel and killed him. So anyway, we have to do a lot of investigation from family, from both families and from friends, and anybody that acquainted with this case. And it was a very difficult case because I have I was beginning in this hospital, relatively new, and the previous two psychiatrists decided that she's not ready to go to the jail or face the charges because she will kill herself. And this was a very, very serious thing because two already said, no, don't send her back. And then what I did as a leader, I decided with the chief nurse, with the psychologist, with the social workers, and other nurses to really have a more detailed progress notes every day and every shift, to witness her mood, her interaction with other patients, with what does she order, like makeup or food or extra this or that. And we did this for about 45 days. A shift means 3 shifts a day for 45 days. We meet every day to discuss and see any symptoms of depression or she want to kill herself. So what happened is that we noticed that she actually got so familiar with another man who killed his wife, and they started to be friends, and they laugh together and they talk together, and when she comes to my office, she's crying and I'm suicidal. If the chief nurse is talking to her, I am suicidal. So I used these intensive recording, like when she orders food, we write down, because when you are depressed and suicidal, you don't have an appetite, usually. And if you are facing jail sentence, so she didn't show, she was just pretending in front of every staff member that she is, crying and sobbing and, I have no hope in life, I wish I die. And of course she said she's not guilty, she denied that she did the crime. Of course I had to get details from the lawyers and the investigators to understand what the circumstances and what was the reason behind it. And I found that she had 2 life insurance on her husband before the murder, and a lot of things. I put them together, and I took the decision to send her back to jail, although she said, I will kill myself. My seniors, they were like 10, 15 years older, they advised me, Nahed, don't send her to jail, we will be liable. And in leadership, sometimes you have to make a decision and be confident. So I told them, and I told the head of the hospital that I am sure of my opinion, and I will take the chance and I will send her to jail.